Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Activision Thursday Night Hangout.
Greetings, sir. Do you know why tonight is a glorious night?
Because it's an actual Thursday Night Hangout.
And because I was rocking out to the Proto Man before the show started.
Dun, dun, dun. And
I feel better.
a quick side note, I agree, Zealeus needs a hug. Here comes...
This is my hugger.
No, you're hugging her. It doesn't count, damn it. Anyways.
It matters to me, man.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this of course is the Thursday Night Hangout. This is a show for you, where we try to cover the topics most important to you during our show. Now, of course, there is a chance that perhaps we do not have the topic that you request. By all means, have no fear. All you got to do is drop in the chat. We will add it to the show. If we unfortunately run out of time, we will add it to the very next show. So without further adu, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin with... something exciting that I'm over the moon, possibly, potentially.
How do you go over the moon? Do you have like a rocket ship from space?
Emotionally, I'm over the moon, okay?
You have emotions?
Yes, damn it, I do.
Whoa!
And I'm sharing them today, okay?
Yes, let us hear the excitement.
Activision has applied for a table, a panel, and a media pass for MomoCon 2022.
The in-live MomoCon, none of this virtual con crap.
Wait, hold on a sec. Okay, so here's the question. So, hooray, fingers crossed, let's hope that we get everything we need to at MomoCon. Okay, so the Raven anti-cheat in Call of Duty Warzone, the one that doesn't ban the players and instead bullies the cheaters? That's an interesting concept. Bully the cheaters.
I'm actually interested in this now.
Yes, Zealeus will research that. Now, speaking of bullies or accidental bullies, I know this is kind of old news now, and it's kind of like, so they made the bullets do no damage if it detects aim bots. Oh, that is awesome.
That's actually kind of funny.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Boop. But so. Speaking of bots, I know this is a little bit of an older topic, but since we didn't do our show last week, because Zealeus unfortunately had robotics, and then I, of course, was had to deal with some of my 9-to-5 work stuff.
Whoa, there's nothing unfortunate about robotics, man. Come on now.
But you had to miss out on the love and support of the Activision community, damn it.
I suppose that's true.
Okay, so anyways, speaking of bots, so I think it was 2.5 weeks ago, there was a story that popped up about a 70-year-old World of Warcraft player who got banned, who got hit with a 6-month ban for allegedly being a bot. Okay? So this guy... literally, this is what the dude does. He, to be totally honest with you, this sounds like me, okay? The reason why he got banned was because hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. Where'd it go? Oh, no. Okay, he's been playing the games since the original launch of Burning Crusade. He's 70 years old, who loves to quest around and level new characters. He does not talk in chat much at all. To the outside perspective, yeah, he seems like a bot. But it's an old guy playing who loves fantasy elements of the game and the world. He's probably made close to 10 hunters at this point. So, Blizzard, of course, they're like, look, the guy doesn't talk. He's just doing leveling and all that stuff. So he got hit with a 6-month ban. They did an appeal, and the Blizzard came back and said an additional review of the action has been completed. We have confirmed our initial findings, and the actions will not be reversed or changed. So this poor 70-year-old was not able to play the game. Literally, this is all he does. He's just kind of messes around, does the lone wolf thing, kind of just quests, levels up his character, and then goes about his day. He doesn't want to talk.
It sounds like a great retirement.
I know, amazing retirement. But Blizzard put a 6-month ban on him, and then of course when they tried to appeal it, they're like, "No, dude, no, you're a bot."
The bot is actually filing this report.
So because this story started taking basically started picking up momentum on Reddit, a Blizzard representative who actually is pretty active on the WoW Reddit thread decided, I'm going to go check it out. And he's like, look, most bots and bot makers will often pose as real players using similar false sob stories to get their farming accounts unbanned. However, this Blizzard representative was able to confirm that this gentleman was indeed a real person and not a bot. And so he was only kept away from WoW, I believe, for about 2 weeks.
I mean, it's kind of funny how some of this stuff like that, it takes like basically social media movement in order to get stuff rectified. That's like one of the things, like if you get screwed over by a company, like in real life,
you go to social media now.
Yeah, that's like your best route. Like going to a manager or your district corporate, like actually doesn't really do much. But oh man, you get them that bad publicity on Twitter. Oh, you'll get a phone call quickly that way, sir.
Oh no, that's when all of a sudden in my household we do Papa John's every Friday night. We do movies at Papa John's, and all of a sudden, and of course, because we have kids, and we want to make sure that they eat when the movie starts, we would always pre-order and be like, all right, at 6:00 we want our pizza, and for like a span of like a month and a half, the pizza would get there at like 7:30, and we're like, we pre-ordered it. We came in like basically we came in around lunchtime, at least 6 hours prior, and like pizza at 6. It's not hard, okay? It's not hard.
You know what you're doing to our kids, man?
So I posted on social media. Guess what? I got corporate to give me a phone call.
Nice.
Now, if I could only get the United States Postal Service to get their fucking act together.
Maybe you can get Joe Biden to call you.
Maybe. Who knows? But okay, now that I've jumped on the social media ban and bitching and griping, FedEx. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I fucking hate you. You've done it to. I don't know what it is with FedEx and my family, but if you ever ship anything to me, to Ultra Confusion, and you're using FedEx, it ain't going to come to me because my family is cursed, okay? FedEx sent a package to the United States Postal Service, basically to the distribution center, which is where the P.O. box is, okay? And then all of a sudden, I could see on the label that it says the exact Ultra Confusion address. The post office sent it back. Saying inadequate address information.
So what you're saying is you got to send to your name and not Ultra Confusion if you're sending to your address.
No, if you're sending it to the P.O. box, then use like UPS, which is stupid. I don't know. It's so the end of the story is they returned it to the place that the item was ordered. It was a clearance item and it's no longer available. So I had to get a refund on it, which really pisses me off because I used a New Year's code to knock it down even further. So you motherfuckers.
Damn.
And then, oh, by the way, maybe I just don't have a good, maybe I'm, still like in the wrong place with the United States Postal Service, but one of the Funko Pops that was delivered was damaged.
How do Funko Pops get damaged?
It appears as if someone tried to pack the Funko Pop after someone took a knife to the side of the box.
Well, it was probably deserved.
It was Superman.
Maybe that's like a new design. You can buy like faded jeans and hats from like these stores.
You mean like acid wash jeans? It's like it's
acid washed Funko Pops.
It's what do you call it? Pre-stressed Funko Pops for your enjoyment. We beat the shit out of the box.
6-year-old to screw up this toy, we'll do it for you.
No, it literally looked like someone just took like a box cutter to the plastic of the side panel of the Funko Pop. That's what it looked like.
I actually wonder if it's possible it was a returned one that got sent to you.
Probably. Knowing my luck, yeah, probably.
So were you able to return it then?
I'm still working out with the distributor because it was through Amazon, but it was like like Amazon affiliate or associate or
yeah.
Anyways, now on to the next topic here. The next topic, of course, being actually hell. Let's just keep it with Blizzard, shall we? Because Zealeus is a little bit better acquainted with this one. At one point, USPS was delivering me a $40 knife. Did they screw it up? Did they accidentally misplace the knife? We misplaced the knife. It accidentally cut itself through the package and was lost in transit because for some reason it was not closed. So there was a story that came out saying that Blizzard is now actively banning boosting organizations. For more, we go to Zealeus.
I mean, it's the whole idea of if you have a character, you can basically pay people to log in as your toon and boost it either via the level, which you can, by the way, pay for directly through Blizzard, or you can pay them to basically level up your item level or power level, whatever Blizzard actually calls it for World of Warcraft. What they're really banning is basically big time advertising. So people would basically flood general chat with advertisements of powering up, which they're banning, which to me is smart and good. But you're still allowed to actually advertise it in trade channel.
It's a service. It's a trade.
Yes. But so it makes sense to just kind of relegate to there, but they're also trying to make it so you don't have basically the equivalent of mega corporations across multiple realms doing this, to keep it a little bit more hey, just try to keep it in the hush hush a little bit without making it too obvious. Without actually they're not going to actually ban it. So I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it was around when I played many years ago. The big thing was buying accounts. You didn't really pay people to level up your account, boosting it basically, but rather you'd have a level 60 character with your tier equipment from beating the bosses. And you'd sell I could have sold my character for $200 or $300 back in the day. Because he was geared up. So you could do that, and that's kind of the equivalent. You're just paying.
I'm pretty sure that I could have sold my character for about $1.75.
Nice. I mean, so you have that. It's a little bit different because you also a big issue is boosting in PvP games. But I think there's a little bit of difference in a PvE centric. I know there's PvP, but in a game where it's more about your character level and item level, to me is a little bit different. In terms of severity versus a PvP game where somebody boosts your rank from bronze to grandmaster. Well, now you're basically ruining the experience of the game for everybody at that level when you queue up for that. So it's a little bit different to me.
Zealeus Nudge said that at the end of the Battle of Azeroth, their character was worth 130.
Nice. My character still sits there somewhere, but I haven't played. I mean, I'm back on to what you may call
Final
Fantasy 14. Yeah, I haven't touched WoW in years.
Until what's the game you're looking for? Dark something? Dark Ark?
Something Ark. Dang it!
Got him now.
Lost Ark.
He'll figure it out.
Lost Ark. Yeah, so Lost Ark. It comes out.
It's coming soon, isn't it?
What?
Isn't it coming out soon?
Yeah, February 11th.
February 11th. That's in
different because
8 days.
It's been out in East and Russia since 2017, I think. And now it's the Western release is what it is on February 11th. with Lost Ark, and that's what I'm excited about. It's basically an MMO hack and slash RPG, is what it comes down to. So I will definitely be playing that.
But for how long?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I'm gonna try it. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know how long I'm gonna actually play it. I still need to actually beat the current expansion of Endwalker for Final Fantasy 14. So that's definitely still in.
Are you able to play it?
Yeah.
I know that they're like, they were like, oh, we can't give any more people the ability to play this game right now.
Well, if you already had a character, you were fine. It was just like brand new subscriptions did not exist in the MOG station. Those people basically could not play. And some of the servers still had crazy queues for a while.
Illegal.
My queues servers died down after about 2 weeks. And now it's like instant, basically. But no, everything I've read about Lost Ark is it's amazing. And it's free to play.
Is there a pay-to-win mechanic?
Well, from what I've read, is it's not pay to win, but it's definitely pay to make your life easier. So you can't purchase like the Excalibur sword of plus 14 flames.
But I want the Excalibur sword of plus 14 flames.
But you can, yeah, there's basically the subscription model, like $14 a month, like every other freemium game now. So yes, that definitely exists. And I do need to research like what you get from your different levels, like of subscription. I mean, if it's a game that's worth playing and I enjoy playing it, I really have no problem paying whatever that is. So I'm kind of fine with that. So we'll see what happens.
Sorry, 1 second. Crap, I had a question.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a Kikil talking about the guilds, and definitely, I mean, the drama. I mean, I've been on some of those guilds too with World of Warcraft and other MMOs. And yes, drama. It was really bad to me when, and you know what I'm talking about, Nudge, is when you had DKP. And you could definitely get, like, nowadays loot's different in a lot of games. But like back in the day, you basically, so if you don't know what DKP is, you have dragon points. And basically what happens is you have a loot master. And so you go to a dungeon and you beat a raid boss and it drops 2 weapons. So let's just say, oh my gosh. Wow. And it could drop a plus. Actually, this kind of segues into DKP because maybe you drop a sword for a paladin and you drop a sword or weapon for the warlock. Normally, you'd have DKP, which then basically you can bid on that using DKP in order to basically bid on that from the loot master. But the Nudge's point of that is maybe that paladin was sharing her secret porn stash with the loot master. Kind of like a quid pro pro. So now this loot master, even though the DKP, the rogue, should get this weapon, he's now giving it to the paladin instead. So that was definitely, when you had this type of drama, was absolutely a thing when DKP was a major influence in high-level guilds back in the day. Final Fantasy 14, I know you get like basically currencies. What you get currency dropped, which you can then purchase your own gear with for your character. So it's not a big an issue. But I don't know if World of Warcraft and other MMOs have transitioned to that or not, or if they still basically use the same loot model or not.
So anyways, I feel like this is like a Blizzard's like special.
Blizzard, that's not Blizzard. That's any.
No. I'm just saying that the other the next topic still has to deal with Blizzard.
Well, I mean, they're all the rage right now, for better or for worse.
Because the other bit of the other news that did come out, of course, was the very, very public push and sentiment behind the anti-unionization in Activision Blizzard. Woo! And how they're saying a union doesn't do anything to help us produce world-class games. Which, of course, the immediate thing is, okay, Activision Blizzard, since y'all's a merger, where are the world-class games?
Well, and the funny thing is, so you look at that one, right? And you look at one of the arguments behind a union is basically protection of those employee rights and how they're treated at the workplace. And you basically look at how Activision Blizzard employees have been treated. And
like shit.
Yes. I mean, between the lawsuits with the discrimination, the sex rooms, I mean, it's a known history. And I know it's not Blizzard who just does this part, by the way, but like when they finish game and like 800 QA people get laid off the very next day, that's the whole point of unions, is to protect those employees. Versus you look at like Sony just basically bought, I don't know if this is another news story you had, but Sony bought Bungie and basically is offering like $1 billion in incentives to the employees of Bungie. And Sony actually has a pretty good reputation in the industry as far as not actually treating their employees like complete and total shit.
Well, but here's the fucking twist. This is what really, really gets me, is the fact that the company is really getting nailed by this. Is an indie studio that is now underneath the umbrella of Activision Blizzard, and to further combat to further emphasize this anti-unionization mindset, that entire company that was brought in has now been displaced into different places. So those employees that were unionized for half a second are no longer under that specific brand or name, so they're no longer eligible to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean,
Activision's not part of Assassin's Creed, is it?
Companies will do anything in their power to make sure that unions don't happen.
Sam says unions are big in the Yankee states, but Blizzard's headquartered in California. Be honest with you, it's not just California that is the problem. I mean, Ubisoft, who's based off of, I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say Quebec and Maryland, maybe?
I couldn't begin to tell you.
The thing is, without unions, they could basically crunch you till you're dead, and not have to pay the ramifications. Well,
it's not just that. It's also most states are also work to right states.
Right.
So if your HR boss is honestly smart, they give you your notice and don't actually tell you why. I mean, it's cold-hearted, but it's like, hey, Charlie, you're laid off. Hey, Charlie, you're laid off because you're a guy and I don't like the ears you wear, and you have a kid, so you can't put in as much work as John over there who doesn't have a kid, so I can overwork that dude, but the kid is actually detrimental to you working 80 hours a week. So that's why we're laying you off.
Here's the problem, okay? Because you have other obligations besides the job, we don't want to deal with the possibility of you bitching and moaning, so you're gone. No. Serious, true story, okay? So I interviewed, I am not going to name the company, but I interviewed with a very big company, okay? This company does not have they're not unionized. And the vast majority of the people that interviewed me stated, you know what? I love working for this company so much that sometimes I just don't want to go home. Are you shitting me? This was when I was single. I was like, fuck no, dude. I want to have a life. I want to be able to go to a bar. At the time, I was actively trying to be, I guess, semi-professional in the ultimate frisbee world, because I was pretty good back in my day. and somebody coming up to me said, "I just don't want to go home." I'm like, "What's wrong with you? Is your home life that bad?"
I've definitely seen in the workplace where, though, there is a bit of a, oh, you don't have a family, so you can stay and work extra, right? Is definitely a thing.
Yes, that too. It's like, oh, well, I mean, what? You got a goldfish at home. You don't have a dog, right? So, I mean, you just throw a couple extra flakes. We'll give you we'll let you build a couch fort over in there if you just sleep overnight and just work, the next 36 straight hours.
What if we let you bring an aquarium into work? Then you never actually need to go home.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Just here for Zealeus. Just we'll find Rose a good home, okay, and we'll replace her with a lucky cricket.
It's actually funny. Like, if I were to actually tell everybody, like, I have a dog named Rose, then people would never actually bat an eye of like, oh, I can't stay late. I gotta go let my dog out.
Cats do their own shit. It's just like, did you leave the toilet seat open? Does it have water? Did you leave anything that it could potentially chew on and electrocute itself? It's like, look, I'm a tech. I love my technology. So yeah, my entire apartment is just a hazard. I got to go home.
There's actually a 9-hour line of demarcation. If I'm away for more than 9 hours, Rose starts eating electrical wires.
Aha!
I have to be home.
When it was just me and my cat back in the day, well, shit, I was in class for like 8 hours straight, so I was gone for 9 hours at a time at bare minimum.
Oh yeah.
But my cat just kind of chilled on the screened-in porch and was just like, "Meow," when I showed up.
Oh, Rose would kill for an actual screened-in porch with nice weather. She would just live out there.
Yeah, the problem is that in the wonderful state of Florida, in the afternoon, it rains. Every afternoon.
Ah.
It's not like a pour, it's just kind of like a mist, but sometimes it will pour. And but it's just like, you know that at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to rain. It's not it might rain. It's going to rain. And then there's probably going to be hurricanes and tornadoes and thunder strikes that are going to blow up buildings,
See? Fire.
Whee! Anyways, look, here's the deal. As someone who once upon a time was in the game industry for however briefly it was, and also being someone who continues to love video games and also has friends that are still in the industry, I want the best for them. And I will go as far as to say that a rested individual is able to give you a better end product.
I don't really think that's, there's lots of actual real studies out there that state that with actual scientific data. And it's like verifiably proven that rested people, well, in a way, you're actually right. That the product doesn't matter if it still makes money.
Well, no, that's the whole.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Is as long as the company makes the continues to make green money, then no.
Yeah. But then you look at a game like Fortnite. That when Fortnite came out, that was like, huh? What's this? And now, it's huge. And so it's kind of frustrating because it's almost like they have such little incentive, the big publishers or developers, to make non-terrible games because they know it's still going to sell.
What of Warcraft Shadowlands?
I'll say World of Warcraft is taking some massive hits.
Well, it's because Activision keeps pissing away all of Blizzard's talent. Or no, not pissing away. They keep saying, leave now. Fucking leave. We want to find the cheapest way to keep the money coming. We don't want to pay anyone. We just want the money. No, yeah. So free to plays, free. I mean, if you're trying to be like, well, we're true free to play. How do you make your money? Either advertisements or you just nickel and dime the shit out of them with DLC, which mostly is probably skins, hopefully. And then, of course, my retaliation, as many people will remember, is I am not going to pay for a skin in a first-person shooter, you fucking asshole. Everyone else gets to enjoy it but me.
And I'll say it's no different than a shirt you wear, because unless you're looking down at your chest all day, you also don't see the shirt you wear.
No, but that's the thing, though. I could go like this. Nice. I can't do that in the game. There's no button combination that allows me to like go, all right, yeah.
When you die, you get to see yourself.
That really fills me with joy. Oh, look at that. I just got massacred, but look how sweet I look.
There's something to be said for that. It's a moral high. Not moral, good Lord. It's like a mental high. Oh, I'm sad I died. Oh, but look at my cool skin. It's to offset you feeling like you're the worst person on the face of the planet for dying.
Yes, I know, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be one of those lame noobs with the stock skin. We just know you're terrible at the game and you'll be the first to die every time.
Fuck that shit, dude. You just find the game that allows you to choose from a color palette and choose a color that no one chooses. Something like puked orange or something. And I was like, oh, wow, that must be an exclusive skin. I've never seen that before, because nobody in their right fucking mind would want that color combo. Maybe. I'm just saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to take a quick pause and do a thank you to all the friends of the show. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a quick a thank you and a little bit of love and support to all the friends of the show. And let us always start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster. And my notes are gone. Hold on. I lost my notes. Where'd it go? Well, how about that? My notes are completely gone.
Way to go! How'd you lose them?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if I go. Oh, here we go. I found them. I apologize. Indie Cluster, you get an extra time. My deepest apologies. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. That's INDIECLUSTER.com. Now, of course, we have to thank the one and only, the amazing Noodle Boy Media. Noodle Boy Media, founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously White Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. And then finally, we always have to thank the man who is a magician when it comes to alleviating back pain and spinal alignments. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore, the company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. Now, of course, since we gave some love and support to the friends of the show, which they are the reason why we keep the lights on, let us do a couple quick personal shout-outs. And ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that as of today, Ultimate Fusion is back, baby! For the 11th straight year, Ultimate Fusion will be participating in Extra Life. Extra Life... is that the new link, Zealeus? Just want to make sure. It changes every year.
I see you raised $50.
Yes. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best. Game. To help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network Hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, our chosen hospital, as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. So if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion. And speaking of Extra Life, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say that we, amazing people of Ultimate Confusion, were this is, of course, if you're listening to the audio version, you're not going to see this, but I am showing the fact that we got the top fundraiser award for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for raising the money through Extra Life. So,
nice.
Booyah, bitches. This is the kind of shit that makes me wake up in the morning and smile.
That's actually pretty fantastic, so.
Yes, I also got some other stuff. I got a personalized thank you letter, a hat, a T-shirt, and a nice thermal cup as an additional thank you for all the hard work that we put in through Extra Life. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it again, baby! Now, for something that also needs to be said, ladies and gentlemen, Ultimate Confusion has a Patreon. And this is super duper important. And the reason for that is that Patreon allows us, basically allows Ultimate Confusion to continue to be who we are. We survive on the love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, supporters, haters, monsters, interdimensional beings, specters, deities, demigods, extraterrestrials, and more, to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight to our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. Currently, we have 2 tiers. There is the first tier, which is a $1 a month or $12 a year tier. And what that will award you with is early access to all our playthroughs and the ability to take part in patron-only posts. If you want to pump it up to $5 a month or $60 a year, that will not only get you all the $1 tier stuff, but it will also add your name, organization to the thank you of every single Thursday night hangout. Now, for those interested, I will tell you that the next early access playthrough is going to be around a game called The Dark Picture Anthology, Man of Medan, which I just finished playing today, and I'm editing the video probably tomorrow. So, patrons, you will be getting the ability to see that in its entirety very, very soon.
Nice.
Also, side note, you may have noticed that I've posted quite a few. I've been posting some reviews as of late. I did complete The Ruined King, a League of Legends story, which I highly recommend check out. I also played a game called Hacknet, which, for the life of me, I can't decide if I need to say stay away from it or recommend it. It's one of those games you're like, all right. But it's not like it's not like, oh my God, you got to play this, or oh my God, you should avoid this. It's like, all right. I had to,
All right.
that's the only way I could describe it. It's the weirdest thing.
All right.
I'm sure, Zealeus, you've played games where you're just like, you definitely have that sense of accomplishment, okay? And you're like, man, there was some challenging shit, and I got through it. But when someone's like, should I get it? You're like, I don't know. Like,
that's how I feel about some beer, actually. Like, you drink a beer, you're like,
yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. There's a beer out there like I enjoy. It was a nice beer. Would you recommend it to all your friends? Would you say stay away from it? Not really, but like
it's drinkable. Yeah, no, I hear that.
And that's basically my experience with Hacknet. It's an interesting game, but yeah. Oh, one little caveat about Man of Medan, and fucking this happens to me every single goddamn game where you start with a cast of characters and the characters can die off but the story will continue. Heavy Rain. I had every single fucking character to the final scene. I lost one right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I can never keep all the characters alive. I'm sorry. If you're a character in a game like that, you or one of your friends is going to be dead by the end of my playthrough. I mean,
nice.
you could see the fucking finish line. It was literally like
coming.
It's literally like it happened just before one half step before the closing cinematic is when I lost them. I'm like as soon it was basically finishing, it was a done deal. I'm like, oh shit. She's dead. And I'm like, you mother effer.
Yeah. That'll happen.
Oh, damn it. Anyways, I've already forgotten. It's a string of games. There's 3 of them now. It's called the Dark Picture Anthology. Dude, it's good, but at the same time, man, it'll mess you up. It will mess you up.
Is it like good mess up, or is it like
emotionally messed up? You get invested, and I think that to me is like one of the most dangerous things for me is to actually get emotionally invested in the characters, because if you give me that false sense of hope that I'm doing well, that I've actually kept everybody going, and then you pull the damn rug out from underneath me right at the end. I
can see that. I can understand that.
For those of you who are wondering, there was a game called Heavy Rain on the PlayStation 3.
Oh.
I had every character, and I lost 2 of them in the final scene.
Yeah.
And of course, when you were playing a game like this, when you lose a character, it changes the outcome of the game. Sometimes
you're still not over it to this day. You're still
I'm still not over it.
You're still traumatized.
I'll be traumatized
I think you need to
forever.
face your trauma and just meet it head on.
You're gonna make me play Heavy Rain again?
I think that's the only solution to your. I mean, I'm feeling this is an ongoing issue, and anytime it's like you have this festering wound, and you just need to dig into that wound and rip it off by doing what needs to be done.
Okay, but here's the caveat. I don't actually have my copy of Heavy Rain. I lent it out to my brother-in-law when he decided on a whim to buy a PlayStation 3. So I would have to ask him for it back. And to be honest with you, as we all know, I don't know if I have the emotional capacity to put myself through that again.
I have faith in you that you would be able to do what needs to be done.
I don't know if the rest of the community out there has that level of faith, but thank you, Zealeus. Okay, so
I have a solution for you, though.
What's that?
Why not just get a PlayStation 5 and play it on that?
Speaking of PlayStation 5s, let's talk about the fact that there's a French retailer out there who don't do that to me, Zealeus. For those of you who are listening to the audio only version of this, Zealeus just posted the Steam link to Heavy Rain. You son of a bitch!
Sorry.
No, you are not sorry. You are not sorry at all. Bullshit.
And Detroit Becomes Human is also on Steam, by the way. Too.
Being Human, I can't. Okay.
Which I have not played.
No. Okay, so that game, Detroit Being Human, like they had a shitstorm happen because you are an android, and there's a scene where you witness child abuse, but you're not. As an android, you're not supposed to intervene, and that caused all kinds of uproar back in whenever it was originally released. But anyways, so let's talk about Zealeus brought up PlayStation 5. I find it humorous. This has been a couple of weeks, but there is a French retailer called Cora out there that took it upon themselves to put notices all over the store after it was announced that Microsoft and Activision Blizzard were going to merge. Basically, this notice basically said, "Notice to gamers: Microsoft has bought Activision. Choose your machine carefully."
I mean, I think it is funny, but
okay. So here's the thing.
Well, first off, you got to find one in stock for it to matter.
Yes, yeah, you're going to have to. Right, exactly. But also, it's not like Call of Duty Warzone. It's going to go like it's going to disappear from the. It's going to stay. It's going to remain multi-platform, and also this merger doesn't actually complete until 2023. That being said, after that merger, if a Call of Duty game comes out, it is at bare minimum going to be a timed exclusive from Microsoft only platforms or an exclusive. So
you would definitely think so.
The thing is,
it would. I don't think it's one of those things where I would not think it would benefit Sony by making it exclusive to the PlayStation because there's so much popularity on other consoles and the PC.
You meant the other way around. You meant Microsoft making you're like, it's Sony keeping it exclusive. Like, no, Sony doesn't own them.
I'm thinking of Bungie.
Right. No. Here's the thing. In this day and age, what mega companies like Microsoft and Sony, what they'll do is they understand the power and, of course, the financial love that one can get from putting their game onto multiple platforms. However, you do the timed exclusive, where you give your platform of choice, or your platform that you own, the leg up of 4 or 5 months or 6 months, where you're like, oh, you want to play this new awesome game? Well, you can either be like some of the cool kids and get it on our console, or you can wait like all those boring saps for it to come out on all the other ones. And oh, by the way, it's been optimized for our console and not really theirs.
I mean, there's some exceptions. I mean, Halo's still not on PlayStation. Horizon Zero Dawn is not on Xbox.
Right, but I'm just saying that, okay, Horizon Zero Dawn, that's actually that one is valid. Halo was out like a while ago. I understand.
But not on PlayStation.
No, I'm just saying, but Halo's been that whole franchise has been, I mean, they've been
it's been Xbox exclusive for years, yes.
Well, it's because it's an internal studio.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is not going to allow an internal studio to all of a sudden do multi-platform. I'm sorry, but no, that ain't going to happen. Yeah. Unless they were prior to Microsoft purchasing them. Then they'll do time exclusives. That's my 2 cents. That's my idea. You never know. But anyways, I love the fact that they're like, notice to gamers, Microsoft has bought Activision. Choose your machine carefully. Though French wouldn't say it like that. I'm trying to think if I could do a French accent.
Well, I think the other problem you would have too, like if you're Microsoft, like it's going to go through.
Yeah.
But if they did end up then making, let's just say, the franchises they bought Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
That's what invites antitrust.
Yes.
And so as long as they keep it open, like nobody's going to care.
which is why you go with the time exclusive.
Or times exclusive. People are fine with that too, honestly.
No, exactly. That's exactly it. You do the time exclusive, then you kind of, it's not truly a monopoly because eventually everyone is going to have access to it on their chosen platform of choice.
Or there's technical delays and it will come out in a few months.
No, that's it. That's the other way of writing a time exclusive. Technical delays because it has to be optimized for the other platforms, as this is now a Microsoft Studio, and so it's going to go in a Microsoft platform because they understand the infrastructure and architecture so much better.
I think basically we're not quite ready to burn the world down yet over this.
I'm sorry. The amount of bullshit that I just spat out of my mouth is making me feel a little nauseous.
Well, and the other thing I'd say is at this point, Activision and Blizzard can't be any worse than they have been. So it's really up from here. True.
All right, so
any rain and shit over where you live, yo?
Huh?
Are you getting like any storms where you live?
No idea. I've got all the windows drawn and the curtains drawn. I'm not seeing anything. I'm sure that it's probably pounding out there, but I've got a condenser mic, so you can't hear shit. I'm wearing my headphones today, so I can't hear shit. So
the headphones, yes, that'll do
it. So speaking of very popular things happening, this crazy ass phenomenon known as Wordle has been officially purchased by the New York Times.
Yep.
And as of right now, it will remain free as of right now. However, New York Times is currently trying to work with the developer to make sure that all of the players' streaks and records and everything are able to carry over. Once that's done, baby, paywall, here we come.
Oh, yeah. Or what they could do, so like the crossword puzzle, you can play for free, like the mini version. The big version you have to pay for. So the other speculation I've seen is like the current as it is 5x5 one will go onto the New York Times app for free.
Mm-hmm.
But then what they'll do is they'll create like other versions, like 4-word, 6-word, 8-word. And those will be the paywall ones. Has been the other kind of
if you
theory I've seen.
Really want to show your prowess, then you'll go behind that paywall.
I beat it once. My first time. I'm at 100%.
And you called it quits.
I'm like, I'm good. I actually got it on 2 tries, but I didn't know what I was doing. So, like, I guessed the same word twice.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I guessed the first time that I tried Wordle, I kept throwing the same letters in, like a different order.
Yep.
Like that would magically matter.
Yeah, because I just wasn't really quite sure. I'm like, what words do I type? What? Huh?
This just in. Warcraft is coming to mobile devices, says Blizzard.
What?
Which, okay.
Is it gonna be worse than Blizzard or was it Warcraft Reforged, which was the biggest pile of steaming dung?
It's going to be awesomely bad.
I almost threw this rock at you across the internet.
But you waited to make sure that I completed my statement before you threw said rock.
You have not lost all of your damn sanity. Did this just come? I didn't see that. Was that like just released?
Yeah, they plan to release. Here we go. Now here's the twist. To release a Warcraft title on mobile devices this year.
Okay, here's the real question. What the hell ever happened to their mobile Diablo game? Like, does that still exist? Like,
God, I hope it's dead.
Of like hell.
I hope that it got buried fucking alive because it's the stupidest thing.
I mean, like, really? Like, that was like the big, what was that, like 4 years ago at BlizzCon?
Something like that. Look, here's the deal. I'm all for allowing games to be on multiple platforms. But let's be realistic here. There are certain games that don't need and should and will never function correctly on certain platforms. If it is a game where you have a shit ton of Twitch skill required A touchscreen is not the answer. It will never be the answer. Stop doing that dumb shit. Especially since I have big ass hands, okay? I can't, like, oh yeah, it's been optimized for the iPhone. Right. Look, this is, okay, so I'm going to try to sideways it. This is me playing. I basically, just with my fucking thumbs, and this is, I don't even know, this is an iPhone XR or something, I don't even know. But just put my thumbs on the screen. I've taken up almost half the freaking screen. Oh yeah, optimize my ass. I would need a freaking,
You're missing one of those, man. Okay, Link, that was a terrible thing. But you're missing the Razer mobile.
Oh, is that the mobile condoms for your fingers?
No, this is just a little thing that slaps on the sides. This is not the condom.
It's the finger condom bullshit. I'm like, oh yeah, that'll improve my gaming skills.
I think that's what you're missing.
Whatever. You may notice that I've been having a little bit of difficulty with trying to keep up with the topics and whatnot. The device that I usually have, that I've been using for the Thursday Night Hangouts, my iPad, died a fiery death.
Wait,
not fire. It just, every single time it tries to load, it flashes a red screen and then reloads.
What is it that caught on fire?
It didn't actually, it metaphorically caught on fire. My iPad that I was using to like keep track of all my notes, on the update, it now just flashes a red screen and then just recycles. And then I did some research like, oh yeah, usually you just have to take it into the Genius Bar and they'll charge you $400 because they'll have to replace something. I'm like, I don't have $400.
Nice.
So I'm back on my Chromebook, which I've already gotten notifications saying, hey, we're going to end support on your Chromebook sometime this year. So high five on that. I'm like, great.
That's crazy. I've worked with probably 500 iOS iPads.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that happen.
Dude, it is the set. I can't tell you. It like literally ripped my heart out. It's not that old of an iPad, but it's just old enough that it would be warranty. It's also not originally mine. I got it from someone else.
You could always ask like one of like the Apple repair shops if it would cost less, like non-authorized, obviously.
Yeah, it's like, well, of course you go to one website. It's like, all you got to do is you got to disassemble it and then you resolder it apart. I'm like, haha, no. Me and soldering, I learned my lesson when I try to put a mod chip on my original PlayStation. Me no solder no more.
You got to practice on a breadboard, man.
Me no solder no more, okay? Damn it.
You would not be welcome at robotics, sir.
Good thing I've not. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of soldering, the pinball machine in my may require some soldering.
Well, if it does, let me know.
All right. Anyways, side note, ladies and gentlemen. Side note.
I actually would not be surprised if it didn't need soldering.
Yeah. I mean, the pinball machine came out in like '86.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that probably needs fixing. Anyways, and now of course, my Chromebook that I was using to help me get all the topics has now decided to crash. So the Chromebook's now out for the time being until I restart it. And I have to put in
Mr. Charlie and technology tonight are not working.
Man, I'm doing awesome, aren't I? Okay, fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me circle back and say that if you would like to, if you unfortunately are unable to be a patron of Ultra Confusion, but you would like to send something to Ultra Confusion for us to show off on our show, what you could do is you can mail us something to our P.O. Box. And our P.O. Box is the following. It is 1551 Dunwody. That's Dunwody, Village Parkway. Number, and the super duper duper important, number 88276. And let me reemphasize 88276. And if the United States Postal Service is listening to this, understand that sometimes that number 88276 is on the second address line. So please look there before you return my fucking package. Love you. The city, of course, is Dunwoody, Dunwoody. The state is Georgia. Zip code is 30338. Sam, I'm sure that you weren't here at the beginning, but there was a package that made all the way to the post office because it had the correct information, and the post office sent it back to sender because it said it didn't have enough information, even though I have evidence that it had all the pertinent information. And then when we returned to sender, it was a clearance item, and they sold it to someone else, so I can no longer obtain it.
Wah, wah,
Wah, wah, wah. Thanks, USPS, for screwing me over again. So that's thankfully this company allowed me to have a reimbursement, a refund, where the individual. I'm sorry. I want to say the guy's name was Mitchell. The guy who sent me a bunch of Funko Pops right in the middle of COVID, like last year or so, and I didn't get there, and so it was. Since it was at the post office for however many days and then resent back to the Funko website proper, that person was out like $106. Yeah.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah. So, Zealeus is saying that he continues to play Final Fantasy 14. So what level, is there levels in these games? I don't even remember. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at level 90. I'm just playing. I'm about halfway through the expansion at this point. And then after the expansion, then you start playing savage raids and taking on the biggest, baddest, evilest things that do more big, bad, evil things and stuff, because things are evil besides you and your friends.
What? That's impossible.
Life is impossible, if you know what I mean.
Whatever, man. Let's see here. Like I said, I just finished playing that Man of Medan, and then I will be playing, and that, of course, will be a playthrough for patrons, and then I will go immediately into the next chapter of the anthology, which is Little Hope, which is supposed to be fucked up, and then finally the last one. It's a trilogy as of right now. It's Man of Medan, it's Little Hope, and then it's House of Ashes, and all three of them are pretty. It's gonna mess with your mental stability, is my understanding.
I mean, some of our mental stabilities are already mentally unstable.
Who is stable at this point?
What would be the fun in that? That's the real question, good sir.
True. I do want to congratulate Nintendo on the Switch now being their best-selling console ever. They've now surpassed the Wii, which is pretty fucking impressive because the Wii was like the thing for retirement homes.
I mean, in a way, it's like, people are like, when's the Switch number 2 coming out?
They better not fuck it up like they did with the transition of the Wii to the Wii U. It's kind of like Evercrack to the Evercrack 2. You don't do that. I
mean, honestly, I think people would. I mean, granted, I thought the Switch would fail, but it seems like people have really people like the portability of transitioning from a good handheld gaming device to also be able to dock and do on the big screen. Like, don't screw up that formula. Whatever they do, kind of like they came out with like the Switch LED, OLED. At this point, I wonder if people would just be like, the Switch 2 is literally just an uber powerful Switch that does more power. You know what I mean? People will be like, right. Okay.
I think people would be sold on it. The thing is, you can't try to pull the
other things.
You can't try to pull the Wii to the Wii U thing where the Wii U had that magical pad, but you could only have one, and at the end you could have possibly 2 Wii pads. Which, look, the naming convention during that
did not help.
The Wii pad. Okay. Can we come play with your Wii?
It's also the straightforwardness of the Switch works. Like, it's just, you have your Joy-Cons attached. It works in mobile. You put it down, you attach, you can do your Joy-Con thing or the, the gamepad, and it just works. There's none of this weird or gimmicky things like the 3DS had the 3D that made people go blind. None of that crazy shit.
Well, if you will just hold it at the correct angle and don't move ever, then you won't go blind. Just don't breathe, because if you're resting your arms on your chest while you're playing this game and you're breathing, you're gonna fuck up your eyes.
I didn't know breathing could make me go blind.
So damn, there's a lot of interesting news that's just popping up. Turns out the world's best Guitar Hero player was a cheat.
What was considered cheating? Did he use the penny trick?
Let's see here. Blah blah blah. Who? It turns out that he found a way to. He's so good. Hold on. Let me make sure that I get this right. It turns out that it was video editing.
Yeah, okay, that's probably legit.
He was cheating. The videos that he was showing, there was obvious moments of one of the toughest songs where he was not, his fingers were not where they were supposed to be. If you took it frame by frame, but because it's so fast, his fingers are flying around.
Yeah.
And people apparently, look, COVID does a lot of weird stuff to a lot of people. And so a lot of people have a lot of free time. And so they deep dive into shit like this and will watch people who have these incredible, awesome victories and watch frame by frame. Kind of like people who enjoy watching Fight Club frame by frame to see how many instances of Tyler Durden. I mean, Brad Pitt you could find. Because technically, spoiler alert, but Tyler Durden is the narrator, although he never names himself, and you think that Brad Pitt is Tyler Durden. Though he is, but he isn't. But he is, but he's not.
It's been a long time since I actually seen Fight Club.
That's a great movie. But apparently, if you go frame by frame, there's a lot of like random like dick pics sliced in. And Brad Pitt just randomly showing up.
I was not aware. The more you know, sir.
Well, they even make mention of it during the movie. Sorry, spoiler. I think we're outside of fucking spoiler.
I would agree at this point, yes.
They make mention of the fact that one of the people that's part of Fight Club, his main deal is splicing one frame dick pics into like all these kid movies. That's great. That's terrible. You should never do it. Oh, this has nothing to do with video games, but I do want to put this out there because if this shit were to ever go down in esports, holy shit. Turns out that a bunch of NFL teams are now under investigation for possibly trying to pay their coaches an incentive bonus to lose, which, of course, is a big no-no.
I would actually not be surprised at all if it's happened in esports.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, you're not supposed to do it.
Big issue in tennis was throwing matches. I mean, think back, nowadays, if you're a top star in tennis, you make millions of dollars.
Yep.
But years ago, even being a top star, you didn't make much. So if you can make, I'm just throwing out numbers, you can make, $500,000 for winning Wimbledon,
mm-hmm.
or some shady guy now is going to pay you $2 million for winning Wimbledon or for throwing your match at Wimbledon. Then there was that incentive. Like, monetarily, that makes sense. Nowadays, those athletes get paid enough where it's no longer financially worth it. But esports, probably that we know
for a fact that it happened for the professional StarCraft player. Remember that dude
Oh yeah.
was not only was he taking dives for extra money, but he was betting on or against himself in order to make the bigger pot. Sam goes, it's known in the gambling world, low-level tennis is the most fixed sport. Those guys don't make squat, and it's tough to detect, and so many ways to bet.
Yeah.
Not just win-loss. And that's how they get around it.
Because
Okay?
there's always like the over-under of like the number of points you win.
What do you call those? Prop bets. That's usually what they go after. They do the prop bets, like how many unforced errors or how many aces or double
Speaking
faults.
of, this weekend was Nadal, past weekend I should say, Nadal winning his 21st major slam, and holy shitballs was that a match. I don't remember here actually watches tennis, but good Lord.
And I'd like to admit that because
that was some clinching.
And because his name was Nadal, he got special treatment.
Yeah, what?
He got special treatment. Ladies and gentlemen, in an attempt to try to speed up tennis matches, there is now a serve clock.
Yes.
You have a certain amount of time before you, from when you receive the ball to when you have to serve it. Nadal, it was optional for him. I'm not saying, look, the dude's amazing, okay? 21, and to be honest with you, I was much happier seeing him win it than the other dude. But at the same time, the dude, he gets the LeBron treatment, or
yeah, there is, yeah,
or the, I'm trying to think of what others, the Brady treatment. When you basically are one of the best, if not the best, you get special treatment. I'm sorry, you're not going to be treated like a 100 ranked tennis player. Okay, that person don't get no wiggle room whatsoever. But you could take that extra 10 seconds after the clock has expired to then serve.
The only good thing is, and I'm not getting into why he was not there, but without Djokovic being in the final against him, because Djokovic is the other guy who takes like a minute between points. When Djokovic and Nadal play, it's actually kind of painful to watch.
Oh, like, yeah.
The rallies are great, but each tennis player between points, you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, how many times can you actually bounce the damn tennis ball?
Did we lose ourselves? Do you know where the court is? It's like they go through like Alzheimer's or something. They forget, like, what am I supposed to be doing now?
Wait, I need to bounce the ball exactly 9 times. I lost count after 8, so I'm going to start over again. Oh, wait, nope. Got to go wipe down my hands first, though, and change my wrist pads.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
That part, it's kind of like baseball. Like, between every pitch.
It's like, I got to adjust my gloves 3 times. I've got to pat my head. I've got to hit my cleats with my bat. I got to blow a kiss to my loved ones. I've got to wink at my mistress. I've got to rip a fart right in the catcher's face. Give the home umpire a little bit of the double deuce there, and then I'm ready to swing, and then I have to repeat. I understand that everyone has their own fucking like rituals and shit, but you have to understand that if they're giving you a shot clock or a time limit, then fucking find a way to boil it down so it fits within that time frame, please.
I agree too.
Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we have reached the end of our show. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving me everything on our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep them gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.